it's hard to carry this for like 6 hours at a time. What's up everybody, it's Marcus. Please go to prophotoedits.com. It'll be like right here on your screen somewhere. You can download my preset pack for Lightroom and my action set. So let's get into this this review between the Z6 Nikon and the EOS R, and we're going to go through some autofocus tests. Just going to do a real life shoot, walking around natural light. We're going to strobe a little bit. We're going to look at the raw files, and they'll be in the description below so you can download them and check them out. So with these raw files, we'll do some quick edits with some of my presets and see how much dynamic range they have. We'll push them and pull them a little bit, look at the color science between the two, and you can make your opinion on which ones that you like better. Leave comments down below. Let me know, are you a Nikon shooter, are you a Sony shooter, are you a Canon shooter, and then we can build our little community like that. Alright guys, so let's go through some of these images here we have. This is from the 85 1.2 RF, the new Canon top of the line 85 on the EOS R, and this is from the Z6 with the top of the line 105 1.4E on the Nikon side. Now this is 24 megapixels, this is 30 or 31 or something like that. So, but you can see this is straight out of camera. There's been no processing whatsoever. These are just how the images look. Let's zoom in, and you can see how the color balance handles things a little bit different. Nikon is a little bit of a warmer image with a little bit towards the magenta side, and autofocus accuracy, I'll say, is definitely better on the Canon side. As you can see, the 85 1.4 RF lens, this is shot wide open at 1.2, and that is incredibly sharp. Okay, so 105 on the left, Z6, 85 RF on the right, as you can tell, just because the eyes are way sharper over here, and this is wide open, this is wide open. So just for some context on how I shot this with both lenses, was the reflector, as you can see, was right there. There's natural light, sunlight behind her hair. You can see it's just behind the model, and I'm having the reflector pointed, angled at her face at like 45 degrees. I'm using the white side to bounce it. So let's back out so you guys can see the bokeh a little bit. I love the 85 RF on the right. The 105 is a little bit more compressed there on the left, but you can see that 1.2 on the RF85 is just softer in the background. So I mean, they're both incredibly epic lenses. I wouldn't complain about using either one of them, and like I said, you wouldn't be seeing both images because you'd be shooting with one lens and you'd be happy. But the 85 RF, I could have got in a little bit tighter and made the shot, almost framed identically and blew out the background even more. But I'm just falling in love with the RF85. So before we finish the video, I wanted to show you how we shot some of these black and white images. This is just with the 38-inch parabolic softbox, and I'm strobing right now. We were waiting for the sun to get low. It was a little bit high. With the EOS R 1.2 RF 85, we shot these with, and I'll show you what I did in Lightroom real quick. So I just want to show you guys the black and white preset that I use a lot. It's called Black and White Rooftop, or Rooftop Black and White. And I just want to show you that you can use pretty much any of these presets in my pack. This is just Rooftop Teal and Orange print, and this is an EOS R file. And what I would pretty much do for this file is just bring the white balance over to the blue side just a little bit more, and then adjust the exposure just a touch and pull the whites up a little bit. Pretty much all you have to do on the presets is adjust the white balance a little bit, and there you go, before and after, just any random preset in the pack. Okay, so for these shots, just at the end of the shoot, we went up on the parking deck and I wanted to get some sunset shots, and I strobed a bit. 38-inch parabolic softbox, and I just used my strobe just to help illuminate the face. I don't like super punchy over the top. Hey, this is a strobe looking type of shot. But you can see fresh out of camera, EOS R on the right, 85 1.2 wide open again, and on the left is the Nikon Z6 with the 105. Let's go in. Each camera did its job. I know that I used the 85 and the RF a lot more just because it was a little bit more fun and it was hitting every single shot. This is fine. I mean, it's a little bit soft right there, but that's what I kind of like in a portrait lens. I like the colors better, like I said, out of camera on the Nikon. So I'll give you guys a quick look at some of these images. This is a Z6 with edited by my presets, and I've always loved the Nikon color science. They just have this warm look to them. And this last image here I edited to match that Z6. This is EOS R, edited with the presets, just to show you that you can kind of match any camera you want to another camera. Dynamic range is a bit of an issue on the EOS R, but I did end up using the EOS R files for the advertisement, basically just because I like using the camera more and I was hitting more shots. As far as the sensors here, there really is no clear winner to me. They both do a fantastic job and I would be happy with either one of them. So before we wrap this up, I'll put some Z6 files right there on the left. EOS R file was on the right for you guys. I know it's not apples to apples as far as framing, but I was bouncing around a little bit. But I just show you that sensor wise, once you edit the files, you can match the color balance as you want. You can match pretty much anything. The EOS R hit more shots at 1.2, which is crazy. And when I say more, I say 99% of my shots are in focus with the model moving around, her hair blowing around. I'll rattle off some of these shots here at 1.2 with the 85 and just show you how accurate it is. It's no exaggeration that I didn't miss any shot at 1.2 with the 85 RF at max frames per second. Now this is natural light stuff right here, so I didn't have to wait for anything to recharge or anything like that, like strobe wise. But zooming in on some of these portraits like this right here, and this isn't an anomaly. Look how sharp this is at 1.2, wide open. I mean, once it resolves, it's crazy sharp, and it didn't miss any of these shots. Close up, far away. I've never really had like an 85 do that, so I mean, kudos to Canon for knocking that out. So I've shot with the Z6 and the EOS R, one in each hand, on several weddings, and I'll show you some of these files as I talk. This is a Z6 105 file, by the way, just with the preset on it. But I didn't have like any problems with either camera. I couldn't really recommend one over the other. Battery life is pretty much the same across the board. You know, I stagger my lenses, 105 on one, 85 on the other, 35 on 150 on the other. And I can't really recommend one based on autofocus, except for if something's moving towards you, I would basically go for the EOS R, because the autofocus is a bit better with subjects coming closer to the camera. Don't use the EOS R if you're shooting weddings in silent mode, because the rolling shutter is terrible. If you're moving at all, things just get warped out of control, and I wouldn't use it for that. This is another 105 file on the Z6 with the preset on it, and I had a great time using both of these cameras at weddings. The memory is a little bit more expensive on the XQD side with the Z6. This is a 35mm shot on the EOS R. Strobe once again. Blue hour with the preset on it. So I mean, both these cameras are totally capable, and I know these are kind of staged shot after the wedding's over. We just walked down on the beach. It was shot inside of a beach house, or beach mansion I should say. But just with the regular, you know, walking down the aisle shots, I didn't miss any. I wouldn't miss any with my A7R3 either. You know, just to say, all the cameras that are out now are pretty much capable in that regard. What I would say to you is that moving forward, you know I'm a Nikon person here, so if you want my opinion, if I'm shooting portraits and I need to be excited about lenses, I have to go with Canon now, just because Nikon's roadmap frustrated me so bad, dude. No 1.2s on the roadmap except for a 50, and that's still not out yet. 85 RF, the 50 RF, all 1.2s. A 35 1.2 is rumored to be coming out in 2020, which I'm sure it probably will, knowing Canon. They're putting out all these crazy lenses. They have a 28 to 70 f2. They have a patented now, what is it, 75 to 135 f2. And a 135 1.4 patented. I'm pretty sure all these lenses will come out. Yeah, they're expensive and all, but they're there. With Nikon, man, their sensors are so incredible, but I can't wait till 2024 for you to give me an 85 1.2 or a 35 1.2. Nikon's 35 is so old, and I know you have the arts and stuff like that you can use, which I use constantly, and on mirrorless, they track just as well as any other lens. You don't have to worry about the mirror anymore, but I don't know. Leave your comments down below, like I said, and let me know what you're shooting and if you have any frustrations with what you're using. And download the raw files, play with them. Hope this was semi-informative. You can join me next week and we'll do some more editing and just have some more fun. I hope you subscribe to this channel. I have editing tutorials pretty much on the regularly weekly, and I take you behind the scenes on some cool shoots, and hope you learn a little bit from what I can teach. All right, man, I love y'all. See you later. It's Marcus.